This is a demo on how to create a simple event on XP Network. To start creating events, your account will need organizer permissions. You can register to be an organizer through the Host an Event menu item in the Profile dropdown. This will take you to the Docs page where you can register to be an organizer for free. And then once you are approved, you will have an Events tab in your navigation bar. If you don't see this after being approved as an organizer, you will need to log out, then log back in for the role to be properly refreshed. Before we get into creating an event, I want to point out this Payments tab under Events. You have the ability to link your Stripe account and start generating revenue through ticket sales on the platform. If you do not link a Stripe account, then your ticket prices will just be locked at $0 and every event you make will be a free event. It's completely optional, but we give you the tools necessary if you are a paid event or tournament organizer, or if you have a side gig and are interested in generating some revenue through events. So let's move on to creating an event. The event creator is very straightforward. Just fill out all the fields. You can create an event for literally anything: a local meetup, casual hangout, competitive tournament, birthday party, music concert, whatever you want to do. For this demo, I'm going to set up a raffle for a Pokemon card. So for the title, I'm going to name it PSA 10 Pokemon card raffle, like this. And I have a description here that I pre-made that I'm just going to plug in. And then I'm going to go ahead and use some of the tools here to spice up the description. So I can highlight this, hit bold here, how to enter the raffle. I can underline that, and then prize details, underline that, how to enter the raffle steps. So I can use the number, and then use the bullets for this one. So yeah, this is typical description stuff. The editor is pretty dynamic. You can add a table if you need to organize information cleanly. You can embed a YouTube video, add hyperlinks. There's a bunch of cool bells and whistles here. Once that's done, now we have to add an activity to the event. So since this is a raffle for a Pokemon card, I'm going to put in Pokemon TCG. That will be the activity. So now if people search Pokemon TCG, they can find this event. Now we need to add some images to our event. The search preview image is a 16:9 banner image that will show up via search. So I got two images here that I can use. So just show you this one first. The crop tool is automatically locked to the dimensions of the search banner preview. So I can just move this around here, and then I can just hit done right there. The crop tool prevents any squishing or warping of the image you are using. It's obviously best to use or create an image with these dimensions in mind, but we have the safeguard there to help make the image look as clean as possible. So I'm actually going to use this image. I'll just go ahead and do that. So that's going to be our search image. For the event image, this is a 1x1 square image. I'm going to use the image of the Charmander card. And same thing, the crop tool is automatically locked to the dimensions that the platform asks for. So I'll go ahead and do that. Cool, so now I have my event images. For the event type, we have casual or official. An official event is something organized by a store or a publisher. Something like a weekly organized play program day, that would be considered official. Or like a regional championship, obviously, that's an official event. Casual events are more like relaxed, community-driven gatherings, anything that doesn't follow an official organized play structure, like a local meetup, things like that. So we'll mark this as a casual event. Location type can be virtual or physical. For virtual, we can enter a link to a Discord server, for example. People who join will be able to click the link and then join the Discord server that way. We can 100% do an online raffle through Discord and then send the card out. But if we go back up and read the event description, one of the steps is be present in the store at the time of the raffle. So this is a physical event. So I'm just going to put in store in Las Vegas. I'm just going to do night and day games. Here we go. This is powered by Google Maps, so it will verify a physical location. Here we have the capacity. This is the attendee limit. For this demo, I'm just going to set it to 20. Start date and end date, this is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm going to use the calendar here. We're going to start this at 6 p.m. and it's going to end at 7 p.m. Event visibility, draft or published. This is pretty straightforward. In the draft state, the event will not show up in searches, but as the organizer, you can still find the event under the edit tab right here. And then you can flip it to published anytime that you want. I'm just going to mark it to published right there. So for the organization, this only matters if you are making money by selling tickets. You do not need to be part of an organization to sell tickets. When you set up your Stripe account by yourself, it'll show up as myself under the payments tab. Having the organization set to none means that any ticket sales will go to your own Stripe account. If you are a member of an organization and are setting up a paid event on behalf of that organization, then you would select the organization that you are representing. So for example, if I was an employee of Modifius and I was setting up a tournament for them, then I would use this as the organization. And now the ticket sales, if any, will go to Modifius. And this also allows achievements to be added for the event as well. Organization admins can create achievements for the event and award XP to attendees of the event, but this only matters if you are running an event on behalf of an organization. Since I'm running this raffle by myself, I'm just going to do no organization. So now I'm going to go ahead and create the event, hit publish. All right, so now we have our event set up. In order to get people to join this event, we have to make tickets for the event. So you can see here the event is not available. That's because we need to make tickets so that people can join the event. On the event page, we now have an edit button on the event navigation bar. When I click this, I will now have access to event management tabs. So if I need to edit any details, I can do so under this events tab. If I want to add assistant staff members, such as additional event organizers or tournament judges, then I would do so under this staff tab. I have other tabs too, like attendees for the attendee list. I can create tournaments, I can send out updates for the event, but I want to go to the products tab, and here's where I can create tickets for the event so that people can join. So let's go ahead and create a ticket. There's a few ticket types here. The most common one for just a regular simple event is the event admission ticket. Now, if we're creating an event for a tournament, we actually want to create the tournament first and then choose tournament admission ticket. And then you can tie in both the event admission and then the tournament admission at the same time. There will be two check boxes down here. You just check mark both of them. And then that will make one ticket for both general admission and the tournament. There's also ticket add-on. This would be something like a VIP package or merchandise, like if you're selling product at your event in addition to just a regular admission. But since this is just a raffle, just a simple event, like a simple hangout, it's just going to be an event admission ticket. We have a name and a description, pretty self-explanatory. So for the name, I'll do raffle ticket. And then for the description, I'll be PSA Charmander raffle ticket. We'll just say that. The inventory is how many tickets you want to sell. Most of the time, this will be set to the event capacity. Our event capacity is 20, so we're going to set it to 20 tickets. Max quantity. This is the maximum amount of tickets you want an individual to be able to purchase. So for example, if we're charging money to enter this raffle, I could theoretically set this to 5. And then that way a person could buy 5 entries to the raffle and increase their odds. But I'm just going to put this at 1, which means that people can only buy 1 ticket to this raffle. And then if this is a tournament admission ticket, this will automatically be locked to 1. Enable after saving. I'm just going to turn this on. This will make the ticket available right after I create it. Sales and pricing. Here's where I can choose how much to sell a ticket for. Again, if you have not set up your Stripe account, this will be grayed out. It'll be locked to $0. But since I have my Stripe account set up, I can put this at $10, $50, whatever. But for the purpose of the demo, I'm just going to put $0. If you are charging money to generate revenue, you have the option here to eat the processing fees or pass them on to the buyer. We give you that flexibility. You can also customize the exact time when the ticket goes on sale. The default start time is just automatically set to be whenever you create the ticket. Sale quantity, this is how many tickets you want to sell at this price. Usually with 1 ticket, you just leave this at max, but if you really want to get deep into like early bird tickets, things like that, you can do so by adding another price for the ticket and then modifying that. So after all this is set up, we're going to go ahead and check mark this box here. This ticket will grant them admission to the event. And again, if you were creating a tournament, there should be 2 boxes here. You just check mark both of them, and then you combine your admission and then the tournament into 1 ticket. So now I'm going to go ahead and create. And we're good to go. So now that the ticket is made and set to on, if we go back to the event page, we see that the join event button is now active. And then if we ever wanted to turn this off, we just go back into the products tab, flip the switch, and then go back to the event page and it will turn to not available. But since we want people to join this raffle, I'm going to go ahead and flip that back on. So now people can sign up for the event. There are many ways for somebody to find your event on XP Network. The easiest and most common way is through direct link sharing. So you just go to your event, you copy the link, you share it via text or Discord, or you can turn the link into a QR code, have people scan that. It'll take them directly to your event page where they can join. So I'm just going to copy the link here, and then I have some emulators here. Go ahead and put this link in. And boom, here I go. So I'm going to hit join event. And you can see here it's a $0 ticket. I'm just going to go and flip both of those. If this was a paid ticket, then it'll take you to Stripe, where you can pay with any kind of payment that Stripe takes. This would be credit card, Google Pay, Apple Pay, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue buying a free ticket. Hit confirm. And here's my ticket for the event. So now if I go back to the organizer page, I can now see that we have somebody who joined my event. Another way to find events is to just simply type in the name of the event. So I'm just going to type in card raffle, and it should show up. Here we go. And I'm going to join event this way. If it's a physical event, you can also search by zip code. So I can go ahead and hit this location here, and then I'll just type in like 89119 because it's a Las Vegas event. And here we go. Here's the raffle, and I can join an event like this. Another way is if you go to your profile and you go to your favorite games, you can just tap on your favorite games, and then events will show up of that game. And that'll bring you to the event. So I'm going to join an event this way. So now if I go back to the organizer tab, you can now see I have 3 people in the event. So yeah, this step is where you would promote your event, and then you watch it fill up. And we'll just fast forward to what a sold out event would look like. All right, so here we have a capped event. 20 people join this raffle. We can roll a D20 or something to decide who wins, call it out by username. If we were selling raffle tickets for like a $10 ticket, that'd be pretty nice for us. We would see the income in the associated Stripe account. And you can also go to the payments tab under your events on XP Network, and it mirrors the sales data from Stripe. You can also submit refunds through here if you need to as well, or you can do it through Stripe. So yeah, that is an example of a simple event from start to finish. The event will automatically be over as soon as the end date and time you set has passed. If you were selling tickets, then you can go into the products tab, and then you can go over here to reports, and you will have access to some sales analytics for the individual event. And then you can also review your event history by either going to the events tab and hitting edit. You can see your event history here, or you can go to your profile and click on staff events, which will show all the events you have organized or were added to as an organizer. This concludes the demo on how to create an event. If you have any questions or feedback, please feel free to join the XP Network Discord server. Your insights and suggestions can help shape the future of the platform, and we would love to hear from you.